folks, the Filipina P here, and today I have a returning guest, the amazing Grace. The last time she was on, she got a lot of attention from you folks. For those of you that don't know her, Grace, please introduce yourself to the new folks today.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm 45 years old, working as a nurse.
All right. The last time we saw each other, you were only 40. That was a year ago, right?
No, yeah, that was a year ago.
Okay, because Grace was in my several of my videos about mature Filipinas with Ruth and Sheila, and a lot of you guys have asked me to have her back on, so here she is. I heard a rumor. Is it true?
What's the rumor?
Is it true that you met someone in my comment section?
Oh, the secret is out to the open.
Yeah,
I met a Western guy from your comment section.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on. Are there wedding bells in the future already?
I have not heard any wedding bells yet, but then the ringing bells in my ears.
Okay.
I heard.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm sure he's a lucky guy, and you sure have kept your figure. You look great. Is there like a secret potion?
I think it's about the burning calories.
People thought it was so funny that you know how many calories are burned, during sex. How did you know?
I read a lot, and I read magazines, and then I go to particular section with,
I thought you're doing a test on your own. Like there's a calorie meter.
No, because that part is the most interesting part, in my own opinion. Like, it adds to your skills, your knowledge in those particular area, which is the spice and rainbows in a relationship.
Right. Well, to tell you the truth, the people really liked your last appearance because you were so open about mature topics. So were any of your family or friends, shocked by your comments? Did they watch your videos?
No, they did not watch, and I did not tell them about it, and it remained to be a secret until this very moment.
Okay. Well, today, Grace, we're going to be talking about a lot of controversial things. So are you ready?
Okay, bring it on.
Let's start with religion. Okay, so I often ask, Filipinas if they date an atheist, and a lot of them say, no, they won't, but they're okay dating guys from a different denomination or different religions. So it's almost like they don't care which God a guy worships as long as he has God. So what are your thoughts on that?
There are two different things. Gods with a small g is like the objects and the idols. God with a big G, that's our God, our divine being, our creator. I don't mind if I date different religion, different than mine, as long as we believe in one God, the capital G, not the G, the small God.
Okay, so what about the term atheist? Is it a bad term here in the Philippines?
I think it is bad because we Philippines are like Catholics and Christians, and atheist is like you're like disregarded because you don't believe in God. But not all atheists do bad things. It's just that they don't believe in God. But then we take our authority from God, Jesus Christ. So I'm not against atheists, but then I just can't have a relationship with an atheist.
Okay, but as long as he has some kind of other religion.
But I can be friends with him.
Okay, you can be friends with him, but not
dating or like in a relationship.
Let's say he's a Muslim and you're a Christian.
Oh,
so
no.
How is it gonna
No,
work?
before I proceed with the dating proper, I have to ask if he's a Christian or not.
Okay, so it's part of the getting to know each other phase.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you saw it, but I did a video where I test their knowledge about the Bible and they failed miserably. And most of the people here in the Philippines, they'd say that they're religious. So what gives? If they claim that they're religious, but then the basic knowledge of the Bible, they don't know about it. So
it's sad. It's a sad thing because I don't want to mention religion specifically, but then there are those who go to church and then they don't know about the Bible, and then you could actually ask them, can you cite me one verse of the Bible? Some can even not say, even Catholics, I have Catholic friends, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's reality. So they can't answer even a one verse. Not all though, but then there are some. And I was surprised. Really, you go to church every Sunday, and then you don't have any one Bible verse in your mind.
Right.
right.
And they don't read it.
They don't read it, so yeah.
It seems like they just follow what the priest
Says.
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 Like it's like he's like the middleman.
The middleman.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a sad thing though.
And if we're so religious, why is there so much premarital sex in the country?
If no guidance, and of course you would succumb into premarital sex.
Okay. So
But that doesn't mean you are bad if you're doing that.
they don't really follow what is being
Within in the
preached
Bible.
Within the Bible.
Because it's fornication, as in a fornication, which I committed as well.
shame.
Shame on me. Shame on me. Yeah.
Do you think the Philippines is changing? Are we becoming less religious?
I think the young ones are becoming less religious.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the young ones. But then the older ones, they are getting more and more religious, especially those who are at the 60s. Once you're retired, your life is focused in spirituality.
Okay, so you mentioned youngsters, like the the younger generation, like the Gen. What do they call it? Gen Z, Gen X? I don't even know that.
The millennials or
the millennials,
Gen X,
Yeah.
Gen Z. Gen Z.
Yeah. Okay, so are they more or less religious because of social media, TikTok?
I was trying to prevent talking about that because the community might bash us. Yes, TikTok. That TikTok thing is a great influencer.
Yeah, I don't understand about TikTok, but I had to make an account because sometimes they're stealing my name, so I had to. And I posted some videos, but
But you're not into that regularly.
I still don't understand that. I still can't navigate TikTok really, to tell you the truth. So, yeah, sue me, guys. I'm like old-fashioned.
Okay,
in that
that's
sense.
okay.
So, Grace, let's talk about the dating dynamic here in the Philippines.
Okay.
You've been on the market recently, so what is it like?
Market, huh?
Yeah, market.
Okay. Talking about being a mature into dating, it's not like we go out on a first date, eat with candlelight dinner. It's more of a just by sitting around the corner or in front of the beach, talking about each other, like asking questions. How are you? About life and all.
Okay, so you don't really go on a fancy date,
No,
wine and dine, that kind of thing.
No. The conversation is spontaneous, unlike if you're going in a fine dining restaurant and having a candlelight dinner. You'll be stressed if you talk well, if you dress well, if you the action, how you put the spoon in your mouth. So I think a simple lunch or dinner is fine with a couple of beer, a bottle of beer.
Oh,
You
okay.
can just be yourself.
Yeah, a bottle of beer would be nice. Yeah. Just simple. So, Grace, here in Dumaguete, technically Dumaguete is a city, but at the same time, it's a sleepy town.
Provincial.
Yeah, would you consider yourself a provincial woman or a city woman or somewhere in between?
I consider myself somewhere in between.
Okay.
I can adapt and be flexible to
All right.
if I'm around people.
How about the older generation? They'd say, "Oh, why are you wearing skimpy clothes? That's not so provincial. That's not prim and proper." Would you? How is that?
We cannot avoid that we have relatives and aunts who are traditional. So if you wear skimpy shorts, your soul are about to be exposed in a few inches from your shorts. So I said, wearing skimpy clothes doesn't make you less of a person, as long as your private body parts would not be seen. So it's just fine.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you are because I read one of the comments when I was doing a room tour in Bantayan. It's a beach. Of course, you have to wear a bikini.
Of course, you're not going to wear a bridal gown.
Yes, exactly. What do you want me to wear? Like a burqa or pajamas? Because it's like, you're practically naked. It's like my bikini was never. It's not the bottom. It was
not G-string.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it's like
normal.
Sometimes some people would say it's like a granny panties. Not really,
but it's okay. It's how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
That makes you flirty, makes you slutty. It's how you carry yourself. You can see girls wearing not so skimpy clothes, but then you can tell they have the slutty moves and then flirty moves, and there are also some who are not.
All right. So let's talk about love.
Love.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
I don't believe in love at first sight, actually. I don't believe in love at first.
Okay.
Attraction at first sight, maybe.
Okay.
Attraction, strong magnetic energy. I believe in that.
Okay, like it's mixed of, hormonal.
Yeah, hormonal.
Okay, so it's more of an attraction
Yeah, but
rather
not
than
love. You can be attracted or you can have this strong desire or feeling the first day you met, but then as you continue to know each other, it's slowly diminished. So,
well, depending on the attraction meter.
so not love at first sight, but attraction at first sight.
I don't understand that really. To tell you the truth, I am on you. I totally agree with you because
That's
love.
why we're still single, P.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because if it's love at first sight, so how many loves do you have? Like you see a lot of people. So if it's love at first sight, that's then like okay. So I don't feel very special. You have to get to know me to love me.
It's built.
Do you think it's possible to fall in love online? Because a lot of my subscribers are saying, I have a girlfriend in the Philippines. We've been talking for 2 years, but they've never met. So
2 years and never met yet.
yeah, so and sometimes 3, and the max that I heard is like around 8, 5 to 8. I
5
don't
to
know
8 years before meeting.
Yes, and they've been talking. So I don't know how. I don't know. I mean, do you think it's possible?
I think it's not really love yet, but then it's what we call strong attraction and strong infatuation. I think you would know that it's love when you finally see the person.
Okay, when you finally
Can I
touch.
say it for myself?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think you would say it's love, but then you would realize that it's not, or it's love, unless you would meet the person.
So that you can test the water.
Yeah, test the water, dip your skin.
Yeah, dip into the water.
Dip into the water, dive in. That's the time.
You have to dive in, guys. I mean,
and then, so if you know that you don't click personally and in physical, or because you would know the true character of the person once you're together.
I understand why would they think they're in love, because I think some of them are lonely or they just want companionship in a way, like a support system. That's the attraction, but not necessarily love. But because you have to touch the person, you have to smell.
Feel the person.
Exactly.
You have to use all your senses. 2 years of communication is been beaten by a 1 hour of play.
1 hour of play?
Yeah.
Play?
Play means interaction.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. I'm just checking, Grace. Like,
Yeah,
what play
yeah.
are you talking about? Playing and
That could
closed
happen.
doors?
That could happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the hookup culture? Do you think it's becoming rampant here in the Philippines?
Hookup culture, like specifically?
One night stands, just treating sex like having coffee, that kind of thing.
If you're I believe those stuffs happen if you're under the influence of alcohol.
Ah, okay.
Because alcohol, makes you be, your inhibitions are lessened
Okay.
with alcohol. You're still aware. I don't accept, I'm sorry, I did that because I was drunk. No, your senses are still there. It's just that your inhibitions are diminished.
Right.
Yeah, so because you liked it, you cannot control your desire to do that, to try things, to experiment. So, thanks to the alcohol.
Okay, so if we have a saying here in the Philippines, basta may alak, may balak.
Correct.
Alak is alcohol. So if you're having alcohol, meaning you're pursuing something, you're up to no good.
Up to no good.
Up to no good.
Yep.
Do you think foreign guys or any guys are just interested in beauty and youth when they're looking for a mate?
First, they look into physical appearance. Yeah. I think the inner beauty follows after the physical beauty.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to be attracted to a beautiful woman and a youthful woman. That's it's like the default.
It's like the basic.
Basic. But then again, to keep a man, you have to offer more than just your beauty and your youth.
Correct.
Okay, guys, next question. Would you rather have a poor, funny guy or rich, dumb guy?
Oh, poor and funny, rich and dumb. I would choose poor and funny. Why?
Yeah.
Because he is poor, but then he always makes me laugh, and I'm sure he would, when we have problems and difficulties in a relationship, we would just laugh about it, and But when I'm with a rich, dumb guy, well, he could provide me everything, but then he cannot make me laugh. It's a boring life. I love a man with sense of humor.
Me too.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes I would think, okay, if he's rich and dumb, most of the time there are rich people are not dumb. That's why they're rich. So anyway, if that's the case,
That's the case. That's the question.
yeah, if that's the case, I'd just get the rich dumb guy, and I'll hire comedians.
Really? Really?
Just kidding.
But then with the poor and funny guy, we could start a business, and then he could become rich.
yeah, he could be a
He
comedian.
could be rich and a comedian, and if he's just striving to be rich, then or striving to earn money, then eventually he would become rich,
Yeah.
and he would still be funny.
So Grace, what about a Filipina with kids marries a foreigner? Who should raise the kids?
Since you accepted the Filipina, it's a bonus if you help her. I think it's a good way if you also help her.
Okay.
But not really 100% obliged to do so.
Okay.
But it's like a less of a burden to the Filipina if you help her raise. But as long as the foreigner would not hate the kids, he should like love them as his own. Respect the kids, accept the kids, treat them well. That's fine.
So can a foreigner discipline the kids?
It depends on the age, I think.
Okay.
It depends on the age. If elementary level, I think the foreigner could help in disciplining, but then once the kids are teenager or college, it's hard because the values are built already, or they have these values already, and then
Right.
disciplining would also mean in a good manner, like how you deliver the discipline,
Right.
either as an advice or if you're harsh on it. I think it's always boils down to being nice and being kind.
I don't like corporal punishment.
As long as no corporal punishment.
Yeah, because I grew up in that environment, and physical violence. No.
It would be better if the foreigner guy would talk first to the mother.
Right.
Like, hey, can you tell? I've noticed like this. Can you just maybe like that? Not him directly telling to
the kids.
kids or like
Okay.
yelling or what.
Yeah. Does a Filipina side with her kids or the husband?
If the Filipina would side to her kids, the husband would feel that he is left behind or set aside, or the priority is the kids. So what am I doing here? What is my role? But I think the Filipina should be in the middle.
Okay.
Because if the Filipina also would side greater percentage on the foreigner guy, the kids also would hate you. And not only you, but also the foreigner. So I think she would know where to stand, usually in the middle.
Yeah, because even though you'd say you should always have your husband's back or your wife's back, but it depends on
The situation.
The situation, because this is very tricky when kids are involved and they're not your kids. Then that could be really tricky. So Grace, what do you say to people who claim that Filipinas are only with foreigners because of their money? Because of their money.
Ouch! That's unfair because there are a lot of good Filipinas who have work. And they're not asking money, but then there are also lots of Filipinas who use foreigners for their money, and they're scamming. But then I don't mind because you can't say anything about us. I will not be affected because I'm not with the foreigner for money. Watch out for women who are always asking. I have a sick brother, I have a sick family. I would be bashed with Filipinas with this P. But this is reality. I have a sick brother, my kids are sick, my relative is dying, a funeral, blah, 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 everything. You should watch out for them. You should not be dumb and silly, sending all your money and then buying houses for a house for a lot, because there are a lot of scams, Foreigners can be gullible, P.
Yeah, I would say.
Especially with the Filipinas that are so trying to be sweet to get their attention, because men in general, they are gullible to sweet and shy type of women. Hey, hi honey, baby. So
so don't fall for it, guys.
Don't fall for those guys. Those are tricks. there's this foreigner who has always been sending money and for house and lot.
And when he came here, there's nothing.
Nothing. So,
Nothing.
guys, please.
Yeah. So I've talked to a lot of guys who is supporting a woman's family. You know, they're sending monthly support to their Filipina girlfriends. So what advice would you give them?
Be sure that it really went to where it was supposed to. Maybe the money that you sent did not go to proper, like, for education, that it went to another, like, buy bags or
Drinking
beers or partying,
Gambling.
You would know that the Filipina is honest if at first she would try to send you the receipt and the evidence of the money, and then you could account it for, like, there's an auditing or something if she offers like that. Maybe you could send monthly, like, to start for a business.
Okay.
So that she would not be asking.
Okay.
Like, give her money to start for a business and work from there.
Right. So that
Rather than spoon feeding her.
right.
Teach her.
Teach
to
her
fish.
how- yeah, to
Teach a
fish.
man to fish.
Yeah. In this case, a Filipina family to
Correct.
fish.
Because usually foreigners here are not only spending money or providing money for the woman. Usually there's a family attached to it. Usually.
Yes. And again, guys, this is not. You're not obliged.
You're not obliged.
You're not obliged to support
Yeah.
her family. This is something you have to talk to her, and you're getting to know each other face. This is, you lay out your cards and your expectations.
But if he offers support, why not?
If you
It's
offer,
a gift. It's a blessing.
if he offers the support, then stick to it. Don't just the next, every instead of monthly, now it's every week, and then
Wow, every week.
Yeah, every week.
Sana
So
all.
yeah, so just stick to it. If you agreed to give something back to her parents or to her family, then stick to your budget.
And then look for a woman who doesn't ask for money.
That's
That's a good sign.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
say.
So Grace, it's raining.
It's
So,
raining, man.
One final question. If you were the president, what would you change immediately, like right now?
I would change the weather
The weather. Because it's raining.
because it's
man.
raining.
It's raining,
raining,
man.
man.
And the funny thing is, if it's raining, some Filipinos would just bring umbrella and then
And
they
then
don't want to get wet.
They want to get wet.
Well, Grace, thank you so much for your opinions, and I really enjoyed our chat. I know we're just
Me
trying.
too, P. Always a pleasure, P.
Yeah, I know. Let's
right.
do this sometimes because I know you're always game for more mature topics,
Yeah.
and the guys out there really enjoy having you on my channel.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, P.
Exactly. So guys, if you want to hear more, stick around for a few bonus questions because I gotta warn you might want to get kids out of their room. So right now,
Parental guidance is expected.
exactly. So see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Well, Grace, it looks like the president hasn't changed the weather, but
Yeah.
the show must go on. So are you guys ready for some juicy stuff? Are you ready?
Ready.
Ready. Okay, so I recently did a video about kissing and how most Filipinos never learn how to French kiss. So, are you a good kisser, Grace?
I think I am because I can tie a cherry in my mouth.
Tie a cherry?
Have you tried?
No.
Oh my God, P!
How is that work? How does that work?
There's a cherry, right? And there's this stem.
Okay, the cherry, and
You
then
eat the cherry and you tie the stem using your tongue.
oh, okay.
If
Now
you could tie that, you could do that, then you're a good kisser. I think I am because I did like a couple of times.
Okay.
As a challenge.
well, I have to ask your guy to be. He should be the judge.
Yeah, okay. No worries, no worries.
Okay, so how did you learn that?
The tying or the French kiss?
The French kiss and your skills in kissing.
Application. Theory and application P.
Okay. Do you have Playboy magazine
No, I don't have Playboy. That's for men.
for men? Yeah, that's why we have to read the men's magazine.
In FHM, there are like confessions of women.
Yeah.
And then confessions of men.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the how to lose a guy in 10 days.
Yeah. And how to lose calories.
How to lose calories. Okay. So, Grace, do you think foreigners French kiss better than locals?
Foreigner?
Foreigners?
Because some local men have reservations and inhibitions into exploring more.
Yeah, they don't enter the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail. So
Holy Grail.
yeah, so I think the foreigners.
Oh, just a trivia. My very first kiss. Oh my gosh,
What?
he was a local guy. He was so good at it, and
How
I think.
come?
Well, he's a little older than me. He was 24. I was like 16, 17,
Oh,
or 18.
he's already matured and
Yes.
adept to the.
So he knows us like his way in and
Yeah,
out.
correct.
Okay, so I have discovered something that a lot of Filipinas do that most other women don't: holding the lumber while he slumbers. So, have you heard about that?
Yeah.
Do you do it? Do you do it?
Yeah.
Do you grip it like hard and firm?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's proven and tested. All right, Grace. Here's a new question for you. Now, I don't want to get demonetized, so I'll ask it like this. Is it better to give or receive?
It's better to give. The givers are happier than the receiver usually. I'm a pleaser person.
Okay.
So when the guy's happy, I'm happier. I want to please.
Okay. So, do local guys know how to give?
I think local guys know how to give, but they have reservations as compared to foreigners.
Okay. What
Like
reservations?
reservations, like they don't do much. Like they limit on certain part. Like how do I say this? Oh my god!
They don't utilize
all the available resources.
Okay.
But some are just contented with the it's just they're doing it for obligation, especially for some couples.
Oh yeah, they
It's
just
like obligation.
like a chore.
Like a chore, like a routine.
Yeah, I don't want to
and
be. I
some-
want to be wanted.
Yeah, wanted and desired.
Exactly.
And longed for.
Yeah, it's like, come here, you.
Come here, baby. Let's get it on.
Yeah, I think some Filipinos are missing
Some
the fun.
Filipinos are not into that.
Right, right. Well, Grace, it's always a pleasure having you on my channel. Thank you
It's
so
my pleasure
much.
as well, P. I love our conversation.
Thank you so much for being open and honest. That's something I really love about Grace. All right, well, that's it for today, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Just one last thing before you go. If you think about it, I'm kind of like your bartender, listening to your comments and questions, giving you advice when I can, and brewing up some intoxicating content for your enjoyment. The only thing I ask in return is a small tip in the form of a thumbs up on this video, subscribing to my channel, sharing this video with friends, and hitting the notification bell so you know when your next round has been poured. I promise, it'll only take 10 seconds to do, and your tip will make my day. You wouldn't want to shaft your bartender, would you? And for last call, why not enjoy some of my other videos too? See you real soon!